All right. Hopefully we're not blowing everyone's ears off, but we're getting started. There are no GAs in this match, so we're going to be starting off in Grand Temple, or Great Temple. Sorry, my apologies. I'm Koshi, I'm going to be one of your hosts, and then we have Aaron, who will be the other host. Aaron, you want to introduce yourself?
I think you already did. Thanks.
Sorry.
No, that's not a problem. So, this is one of the round 4 matchups. Both of our players are 2 and 1, or sorry, 1 and 2 currently. If they want to keep any hopes alive of making top 8, they're going to have to win both their remaining matches, including this one. I believe with this format, there will be one person who makes it who's 5-0, one person who is 4 and I think it's one person who's 5-0, and then 4 people who are 4 and 1, and then another 3 who are 3 and 2.
So right off the bat, we have Violet on both people and a Morph Ball system in Storage Cavern B. So Violet Translator is always going to be one of the first 2 items you get because you basically need it to get out of here on beginner set or on the tournament settings. So we'll see what our second mystery item is in Lucarius here. So what they scanned on that wall there is a Luminoth hologram. And so those can contain hints about where things are, as well as other lore-related scans in the game. And if you see those holograms on a gate, that will allow you to lower the gate, assuming you have the corresponding translator. So at the moment, since we only have Violet, we're only able to open the Violet gate in Great Temple here, which will take us towards Temple Assembly Site.
Yeah, you'd think it would be possible to scan other gates to go different paths, but it is actually, if you were to get Emerald Translator and this fight would give you bombs or something else to break the rubble, you could get another item by the safe station, but currently that logic is not supported by Randomania, because when you start beside Umos up in Great Temple, you have 2 item locations available, and in order for Randomania to place an item, it has to unlock other locations, and Violet Translator is the only item at the beginning that will unlock another location. Neither Emerald or Bombs do that on their own.
So nothing too interesting about the Dark Alpha Splinter fight. It's going to be pretty standard for both. Dark Suit.
Dang.
Interesting. So we could be seeing some Dark Aether pretty early on. Especially if we see a Light Beam coming up here, that gives us almost an instant check in Plane of Dark Warship. Did you see what that item was?
Yeah, I think it was Light Beam ammo. I'm not 100%.
Alright. Regardless, both runners are going to head out to Temple Assembly Site. There's an item they can check there with a slope jump, if they so choose. Other than that, we're going to see them start heading off towards the Aegon Waste Transport, which has 1 hint and 1 item in the same room.
It looks like a missile. That's actually potentially worth getting, depending on how comfortable you feel. Azder, you might want to not die to the thing. Okay. There's a cloud of, I don't even know what those things are called, but they possess the splinters that are normally in this room on the first layer. But I believe the splinters don't actually spawn until that second cutscene that they just watched. So if you trigger the cloud spawning by clearing the Great Temple fight and coming back, you kind of watch those 2 cutscenes in opposite orders. If there's no splinters for them to possess, then they'll just start attacking Samus instead. And they just do, like, tons and tons of damage. It's very easy to die. I think Azder's doing the slope jump because, well, I guess
Lucarius did it as well, yeah.
They're both doing it because they are able to use missile expansions while they're not in logic, and they both read a hint about a Morph Ball system being here. I'm guessing it's going to be bombs? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, the missile launcher is going to be in the transport to Aegon room, but it's much nicer to grab this first so you don't have to backtrack.
We see Lucarius going straight for GFMC, it looks like.
I think it's just calm area. Comm area
just
is
check
logical
comm area.
right now. Yeah.
Fair.
I've seen
Yeah,
a
it looks
bunch
like
of races where this
azder
is
opts to
amber.
go straight to Aegon.
Yeah, currently Temple Grounds is communication area, and Type Chamber B is logical items right now. Well,
There's
once
also a
Musical Launcher is
scan.
acquired.
There's a hint here in the light aether version of Ing Reliquary. Here, Azder gets a hint. I think it said missile related upgrade, and it was just a missile expansion communication site, so unfortunately the gamble doesn't really pay off this time. And what do we have in Transport Tag on Waste?
It's gonna be Seekers
Yeah,
and
missile launcher.
Yeah.
And the hint. Morbus is a dark ammo expansion.
Oh, that's no fun.
So there's a Morbus already out of the way, unless there's something behind the what is it, Central Mining Plaza Echo Visor thing?
It's just a mining plaza, yeah.
Just Mining Plaza. My bad. There's so many similar room names. Looks like, okay, here's our first divergence in route. Lucarius is opting to go check down here first, down in the, I guess the first spot of the game.
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
Well, not you have to, but there's another check that's in Hive Chamber A that doesn't appear until you defeat the Bomb Guardian in Aegon.
Yeah.
Lucarius is opting to check this now before going into Aegon, just in hopes that it's something useful. But I only do this personally if I have power bombs before Aegon, just in case this item ends up being bombs, because bombs in Aegon specifically are very, very useful.
Dark Aegon Key 1 for Azder. Grapple Beam for Lucarius. No, not a huge advantage, but I guess it does open a couple things. No space jump. So I guess we'll see what's there. Yeah, sorry, Dark Suit was on Dark Alpha Splinter. So we're probably going to see... Is Azder going to go towards Portal Site? I didn't see if they checked that yet.
Azder's got to kill the enemies for doing that, because the door is locked. But I think Azder is just trying to climb the room to Bomb Guardian first instead. I can understand this play. Generally, you don't want to go into a room just to backtrack out. Currently, Azder has all the items required to kill Bomb Guardian, check the energy controller, and then go backwards.
The nice thing about well, we can't even check the hint in energy control or in the Aegon energy controller yet. So I guess we'll see if we get Amber from one of these. There's nothing too interesting to say about Bomb Guardian other than there's a strategy that most runners will use to two-cycle it. You do that first for the Bomb Guardian fight, you have to stun its tail. When you do that, it lifts its head up. And then if you shoot one uncharged shot, a missile, and then a charged shot, you will do half of its health. So that's just a neat speed trick that isn't hard to pull off.
The uncharged shot puts the damage at under... Oh, there's Amber. Wow, nice call.
Yeah.
It puts it underneath half of its health, because Bomb Guardian's cycles, and once you go over once you've done an attack that goes over a quarter of its HP or something, like those intervals. So I believe the uncharged shot plus the missile puts it still above 75%, and then I think the charged shot puts it just underneath 50. It's something like that.
So main power bombs.
Beam
what did that say in Aegon Waste? Bioenergy
Beam and
production?
bioenergy.
Okay, so a beam and bioenergy. Yeah, we might.
Are interesting too.
Yeah, that's nice. We might even see a vanilla space beam or a vanilla space jump here on the portal loop.
Still a bunch of other places space jump could be too. The power bombs put GFMC compound into logic as well.
Sunburst for Lucarius. So Azder's gonna head that way now and just get the same thing. Looks like Lucarius is just committing to Portal Site, not even checking Bomb Guardian. I mean,
there's an
I can
interesting
understand
thing about Bomb Guardian. If you come into this room...
Oh, GFMC is space boots. Sorry, Dark Egg on key 3. We're getting a lot of Dark Egg on keys for Amorbus not being required, to our knowledge.
The reason Lucarius came here before Bomb Guardian is probably because if you have bombs, it's enough to do this room. You don't actually have to clear the Bomb Guardian fight to spawn those pirates. If you come here before that, the pirate layer is not active, so you can do it now. However, if you do Bomb Guardian and come back to this room later, those pirates will be here, and the door leading back to Portal Access A will lock. So you have to kill those pirates and do the fight then. The other door in the portal will still work though, so you can leave that way.
Looks like Quad is halfway out. I kind of agree with Azder here, going back to get Space Jump. This is just something I would grab at this point in time. We only take the only risk here is that Space Jump is locked behind killing killing Jump Guardian.
Is not possible unless they're playing on expert.
Oh, that's right, because
Space Jump is not required.
Yeah.
There's an expert level extended dash to get on top of the ship. Actually, it might be advanced, but I'm pretty sure it's expert.
Here you see Lucarius going through Dark Aether. Usually, this is the very first place in the game where you're in Dark Aether, and you realize that it does a lot of damage to you as an individual. But since we already have Dark Suit, none of these runners are really going to have to worry that much.
Looks like an E-tank up there. I'm not sure I fully agree with Azder's play, just because you were right at Jump Guardian anyway, so you might as well kill it and then also be able to check the GFMC ship. And Azder, yeah. I know Azder, you do these strategies to fight Jump Guardian without Space Jump. So perhaps Azder's just rushing it, because he doesn't plan to leave Aegon. Maybe he wants to just get the Dark Beam after Jump Guardian or something.
So Lucarius here is doing Jump Guardian in reverse. It makes it so you don't have to do the entire loop through dueling range. And it also allows you to just shoot the Jump Guardian's hitbox before the fight starts, which makes the fight go a lot faster.
You can shoot the hitbox coming from the normal side too. The fight only starts when you enter the safe zone.
True.
If you just don't enter the safe zone, then you can do it.
Yeah, there's Space Jump boots. Because we also have bombs, we're probably going to see the transport to sanctuary path save room, or whatever you want to call that, out in the Great Temple here.
Access.
Oh my goodness. Here we have Broom Closet. What's it going to be today? Energy Tank. So I assume that Lucarius is going to grab Bomb Guardian and the Bomb Guardian checks on their way out of Dark Aether, and then probably get the GFMC hint to loop there. So let's see what the item in here is. Annihilator Beam. Interesting. So Annihilator Beam, while it opens very few doors, it allows you to open both light and dark portals, which means that we don't need either Dark Beam or Light Beam to worry about traversing between worlds right now, aside from, obviously, the doors themselves. Here you see Lucarius doing that Jump Guardian fight, where the Jump Guardian strategy, where you shoot the hitbox before the fight starts, and then after they've shot it enough times, they'll just drop down. Worth noting, Annihilator's out of logic.
Yeah, Annihilator right now requires either Dark Visor and Seekers or Emerald Translator to be put into logic. So currently, it's not their progression. I'm gonna be guessing that their progression is a Dark Beam and Bioenergy production right now.
Here's the fight from Lucarius. Yeah, you can see Jump Guardian only has 1 health, which is nice because Jump Guardian is an annoyingly long fight because they're invincible for a good period of the time. And what do we have behind Jump Guardian? light ammo expansion. So, nothing all that amazing out here. I fully expect Lucarius now to go fight Bomb Guardian. They're gonna check the item here. Looks like it's just a missile expansion. I'm curious where they're going.
They're just going around back to the save. I think it's still faster to go the other way, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Looks like we're gonna see azder clear out Dark Missile Trooper and the grapple beam check.
Is Lucarius save warping? No, okay, just a safety save, okay.
I can understand it, especially being on Dolphin. Sometimes stuff gets picky on computers, more prone to crashing.
Well,
Missile
Nintendo
expansion.
also suffers from storage media-related failures.
That's true. Regardless, that's why it's not uncommon to see lots of saving.
Yeah, saving is fine in races.
Alright, Lucarius heading back to Light Aether. And as there's coming up on the grapple beam here, we already know this because Lucarius checked it. I'm curious what the item over here is going to be on the way to the save station. It could even be a beam. No, missile expansion. Of course.
Yeah, I think azder's gonna rush labs right now to grab that dark beam. I'm assuming it's dark beam. There's a chance it's light beam, but I don't think that's very high.
We see Lucarius as well, just opting to not even grab the missile expansion. Honestly, if it was me and I've unlocked it and everything, I'd just grab it, but whatever. I expect we do see Lucarius go and get that Bomb Guardian kill now. I mean, Lucarius doesn't know that GFMC has space, but it would be helpful. Did you see what that was?
It's like more ammo.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I have a hard time seeing it on the quality here.
Yeah, the light beam does open up logical calling chamber. Or not calling chamber, just hazing cliff. But just from what I've seen on Lucarius' screen, azder probably thinks it could be light beam as well, but I'm not super convinced on that just now. Yeah,
that's definitely ammo expansion. Yeah, so here we see azder just going to do labs again. Lucarius is doing the faster Bomb Guardian fight, like we talked about, the 2-cycle, and then they'll also get the item from the energy controller, so it'll be nice for that. Oh, are they gonna miss it? Yeah, unfortunate. If you get hit there, you run out of time to do it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have fired a missile there either, because it doesn't do enough damage to kill, but it does put Bomb Guardian past that quarter threshold of its HP.
There we go. So we'll get Amber here for Lucarius.
That looked like a big shiny white item in Central Mining Station. Not currently logical, but I know azder can get it.
I know I always go out of my way to just check this regardless. Just, you know, the BSJ and scan dash. But it looks like azder's going to opt to just go...
No, he's just reloading.
No, reload the room. Yep.
He wants the battleground hint.
Okay, yeah. Azder's going to opt to do the BSJ.
What is that? Gravity boost? There aren't a lot of big shiny white items left in the game.
Ah, that's the intended way to do it. As they're doing the fancy little swag scan dash there.
Yeah, it
is gravity boost. So we definitely could see lower Torvis coming into play really soon.
That's still gonna require
Well, obviously there's still
Dark
stuff to
Beam
go.
and super missiles.
Battlegrounds is missile related.
Not necessarily Dark Beam. It could also just be Emerald and
Well, we already have. Oh,
Eternity
sorry.
Energy.
Yep, never mind. Okay, there's Lucarius getting the amber hint for GFMC. As they're gonna go for the yes, of course. And what do we have over here? It looks like Screw Attack.
Screw Attack, amazing.
All right, so that completely obsoletes Grapple Beam already. So that kind of means Lucarius's check for the Grapple Beam early was kind of a waste of time, which is unfortunate. Dark Beam and Torvus Lagoon with the gravity
Dark Beam and
boost.
Torvus Lagoon is currently possible.
I had a seed the other day
Or
with
no.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I believe that needs either super missiles or light beam to reach. So yeah, if light beam is found, then it could be in there. You go ahead. Sorry.
I had a seed the other day that actually had light beam smack dab in the middle of Torvus, so we actually went a decent amount of time without it.
There was a race yesterday where Bash did some things in a different order than his opponent DCR, and so DCR ended up finding the light beam by following logic, whereas Bash got a translator early and was told about supers in, I think it was Plaza Access in Torvus, and so Bash decided to wall crawl around the light beam door to grab it, and Bash ended up playing a significant amount of the seed without light beam. Probably tried to skip it, but then some of the Sky Temple key hints required some longer setups to be able to skip light beam for, so he decided to end up going and looking for it.
Gee. That's an interesting call, though, to opt into something just totally out of logic like that.
It's an important item and you're doing a race. If you're comfortable with your ability to skip things, then absolutely go for it.
Yeah.
More interesting gameplay.
I mean, I know for me, I tend to only do tricks like that when we're getting near the end of the chain of logic. Or if the chain of logic is disgusting.
I didn't see what that beam was.
I didn't see either, unfortunately. We'll see any second now, though, so not too worried. We don't have super missiles, so unfortunately we can't check that door here.
You've got Screw Attack. There's a strategy for, looks like Dark Beam. There is a strategy for climbing this room without these platforms using Screw Attack. And Space Jump, of course. It's pretty good. It's not bad.
This is already pretty decent. Yeah, so it is Dark Beam. So we're probably going to expect a labs clear out at this point. Azder's just going to go back a room here to get the Dark Beam check at the cache. So we have Lucarius. What is this? Is this the last Dark Aegon key? Yep. So now we know where all three Dark Aegon keys are. Unfortunately, Amorbis, as far as we know, isn't important.
I don't think Azder checked Mining Plaza.
It's hard. How do you even do that check? I had a really hard time seeing what was up there.
You jump and kind of peek through the glass. Sometimes it can be harder than other times. Some items are more obvious than others. Checking if it's supers can be really awful. Actually, like really bad. Okay, well, Dark Beam and Annihilator puts the Dark World here, Dark Labs, in a pretty safe, like, position or whatever. And it looks like Lucarius is going to try to dash across
Grand Wind Chamber.
the Wind Chambers. These rooms, Lucarius doesn't know it right now, but they are in logic on Azder's end. And that looks like ETM.
Yeah, Azder sees that as well. I'm surprised. Oh, okay, they could just be grabbing stuff. I would expect them to go for the Battlegrounds hint. Oh, no, they don't have Light Beam. What am I thinking? Never mind, don't do that. Bad idea.
I mean, Light Beam scanned the Battleground hint when Azder was there. The hint doesn't exist in the Dark World.
Looks like Light Beam... Well, I guess Light Beam could theoretically be in Battlegrounds because of Point of No Return, but... That's why I always...
Light Beam in Battleground would require super missiles.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry, my apologies.
But yeah, Azder's going to be checking in cache too, with the Screw Attack, and Annihilator. Or actually, no, the Annihilator's not in Logic right now. I wonder why. Maybe Azder's also checking Vanilla Light Beam?
That's true.
Vanilla Light Beam is one of the most annoying vanilla locations in the game. People say stuff like Seekers and all that, but Seekers is a great spot. This is a horrible
Missile
spot.
expansion. So that's unfortunate, but...
If this isn't hinted at, this is, like, really bad.
Azder's already, like, partway along the path that you would go here for Light Beam, so might as well finish it off. For those of you who don't know, this room's pretty simple. You just have to climb it and scan all of these posts. You can't scan them until you get relatively close to them. I'm curious if In Cache 4 will have anything good today. So there's Lucarius getting Annihilator as well. Alright, let's see. Oh no!
Has your Screw Attack canceled too fast?
Oh no! Oh, this room in particular is extremely annoying because those little bug things always get in the way. Vanilla Light Beam.
Awesome.
So now that does put Battlegrounds into Logic, so we might as well see, or we'll probably see Azder check that along the way back.
This seat sucks. .3D games are hard. There you go. Trying to jump on a blade pod to be able to Screw Attack up here.
Yeah, so it is ETM. Alright, so let's see. Anything good in Battlegrounds today? I had Cannonball in it yesterday. It looks like it's a...
Boost ball.
It is Cannonball again!
I think Azder's going to decide to skip it right now because you can't... is Azder going to grab it? Okay, the problem with grabbing it is, well, the reason I mentioned it is because Azder hasn't opened the way to, what is that room called? Portal Terminal in Aegon yet, from the back, so he's going to have to use the cannons to get there. So Azder will not be able to get to that area without super missiles or wall crawling. Azder hasn't bombed the bomb slot in the Dark World yet.
True.
Nice AI on that warrior Ing. Perhaps Azder just thought about the cannonball and thought about the fact that he already did the central mining the mining station access check with the cannon. I thought he could keep this, but currently he can't. However, what Azder doesn't know is that there is, other than in Cache 4 potentially, there is nothing over there. So if Azder decides to keep this cannonball and progress into Torvis instead, he's not going to lose anything out of it. Also, yeah, he might just want this for sand processing, that's true. Although if I was him, at this point, you've exhausted your amber hints. You've exhausted your amber hints that are available except for Mining Station B, which you can't get. And you have logical access into Torvis. I would just read the remaining violet hints and then dip into Torvis. Don't even worry about the early game checks, because at this point, you got Screw Attack, you got all the beams, even one out of Logic. You're only really looking for supers and seekers at this point. Maybe some visors, but you never know if those are required or not.
I think we should take a second just to peep at where Lucarius is going, because Lucarius just cleared out Dark Missile Trooper, and looks like they're going back to Aegon as well. This is the fast Dark Samus kill, because Power Bomb's just joining. What's the seed like so far? It's not really that bad, all things considered. They've actually made quite a bit of progress.
There's real boost ball.
Nice.
Epic.
So then even losing Cannonball right now isn't that big of a deal. I mean, we currently haven't seen anything yet for that rules Chica out of logic, so keeping Cannonball to get rid of Chica instantly, yeah. That's just what I was thinking.
Cannonball is not going to be that important for killing Chica. Azder is quite confident in killing Chica adult without it.
Chica isn't a particularly difficult fight, but it sure is long and annoying.
Well,
especially if you don't have enough
practice. If you got some speedrun practice, it's not that bad.
I think I've killed Chica 2 times total, so... Oh, there's Super Missile, though.
Wow, okay. This seed is, kind of lame.
I pretty much fully expect we just see, Well, I guess we do Oh, no, we don't have Spider yet, so doing the checks there in Sank isn't worth it. Yeah, it's probably only worth it to just go straight to, whatchamacallit, go straight to Torvis now. Azder's gonna opt to check the,
yeah, if you're
bioenergy super missile. Yeah. Especially since... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, wait. No, did Azder grab this already? Did he grab storage B? Or, yeah, B. I didn't see it.
Yeah. He's going for the super missile door.
Oh, okay. I'm just not sure why he decided to go all the way around this way instead. Is this faster than vent area B?
Probably if he hasn't, or since he hasn't cleared out vent area B yet.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it might just be. Regardless, with this room, checking that super missile door is basically trivial, even though you can do it with a fairly easy scan dash.
Azder's got screw attack, so I'm pretty sure this is accessible logically.
Yeah. Why would he avoid the lasers while he has the cannonball?
Azder's probably not thinking about it.
In the heat of the moment.
Wouldn't either.
Oh, Emerald Translator. So that's definitely not a bad
making
grab.
Every correct call. Like, literally every correct call.
Yeah, the logic is really playing into his favor right now.
Like, skipping Jump Guardian, I criticized, and it ended up being, like, extremely worth it. There was nothing there. And also, yeah, now Annihilator's in logic. Thanks, memory. Every correct call. Azder's going from progression item, beelining it to, like, straight to other progression items.
Looks like Lucarius is going to check the item here as well, and the hint, which I always forget about. Yeah, so there's the scan dash method, Lucarius doing that one.
It's funny, Azder did the second scan dash, not the first, and Lucarius did the first scan dash, but not the second.
So there, Lucarius will grab Gravity Boost, so we'll see how that goes. We do have Power Bomb, so we might detour to Egg on Sanctuary. No, looks like Azder's...
No, I don't think Azder will opt to check Spider's treasure. Azder's got, like, pretty much everything needed to check hints except for Seeker missiles. So right now, I think he's just gonna go do the Jump Guardian loop.
There goes Cannonball.
Yeah, there goes Cannonball.
Goodbye.
I don't think he's regretting not doing this. And also, yeah, this Warrior's Walk is also in logic, so he's probably gonna check that as well. We don't know about Warrior's Walk, and we don't know about Incash 4, so...
Lucarius just came up on the screw attack as well.
Yeah, that screw attack puts the what do you call it? The gravity boost into logic, but so does the light beam as well. That's accessible later. Yeah, when you got supers, Azder could have used the portal on Command Center to reach Warrior's Walk and kept Cannonball that way, that's correct. But at this point, with the real boost ball, I guess azder's just deciding to not keep it. This block is breakable with screw attack, by the way. Just make sure you don't break it before you bomb the slot.
Oh, that sounds like it could be a problem. Oh, that's a neat trick if you have space ready to go.
You can do that without space jump too. There's a lower lip you can stand on, and you can use it to jump to that higher lip.
So with the new Chica requirements, we could still see Chica be in logic, even if we only have, 1 or 2 E-tanks at most.
With the current logic on beginner combat, I think it only expects 1 energy tank.
Yeah, so it's definitely not that bad. Lucarius about to come up on Dark Beam. Missile expansion. Yeah, so Lucarius is probably going to go through here, or going through here the normal way, which means you can just check in cache 4.
Yeah, I don't think azder's going to be banking on a boss being required with this many items already in possession. The odds of that are extremely low. Like,
I mean, we could see an
low.
STK locked behind light suit and a suit on a boss.
What's more likely is an STK on a boss at this point.
Dark ammo expansion and in cache 4.
Yeah, as you shouldn't be banking on things being on bosses. Azder has Emerald, so once Azder's done with Aegon, I think he's going to save warp and go straight into, what do you call it? Torvis from the front.
Yeah.
Might even seek the Hall of Honor dead check as well, in case it's Seekers, because Azder knows how to escape the room.
Credit to Lucarius there, just picking up the Dark Beam. Looks like they're going to go back and do the, Pirate Labs in reverse. Here you can see as they're fighting Jump Guardian. You can see the fight's pretty slow. With Light Beam, it goes faster. Oh no, the missed screw attack.
I don't know if screw attack damages this thing. It might. I'm not certain. But yeah, Jump Guardian's weird. For some reason, it has the 2x weakness to Light Beam, like most Dark enemies do, but charged Light Beam doesn't do more damage.
So we do know where all the Dark Aegon keys are, but yeah. Oh, as they're opting to skip Broom Closet for now. I guess it makes sense if you're just checking Warrior's Walk and then going back. Energy tank.
Azder's first energy tank.
Yeah, I would go for it too at this point. It's just nice to have. Especially when you're playing... especially when you want to play faster, skip some more safe zones. Definitely makes that easier. I guess it's not really something we get to talk about a lot here because we got Dark Suit so early, but screw attacking in the Dark World does less damage compared to Varia Suit. So that's why you'll see that happen in a lot of other runs. There's 2 E-tanks for Azder.
Yeah, screw attack is an interesting item for Dark Aether stuff. It's not generally used for movement unless you're in rooms that generally are like fairly horizontal and have like a lot of gaps and platforms. The screw attacking itself is only about the speed of regular morph ball rolling without boost ball, and because you accelerate really quickly when you like perform a screw attack, but then when you like stop before pressing like consecutive screw attacks after, you lose your speed really quickly. It might look fast when you're just screw attacking 5 times really quickly through the air, but it's not really any faster than rolling. Generally, movement options to cross rooms, dashing is a better option.
You do have to admit,
well.
though, screw attack looks way cooler.
Then boosting? I disagree.
I think screw attack looks awesome in this game, and in Prime 3. Lucarius checking the Annihilator door. Unfortunately, it is just a missile expansion. I think, yeah, we see Azder pretty much just going straight for Torvis, especially since, you know, we can get the Violet hint on the way.
Yeah, I used to, when I finished up this loop, when I started playing Randomizer, I used to wall crawl around the secret door here in Torvis if I knew the front was in logic, but that play for tournament honestly isn't that great. You might save some time going to Torvis, but you also miss out on 2 Violet hits. So, and intel in this Randomizer is insanely valuable. It's not really ever worth skipping.
So Lucarius coming up on the light beam here, as we already know. But that will be a very nice find for them. That is true, Matt. I guess that's, well, you know how it is with game balance, I suppose.
In terms of just using the screw attack in Prime 3, it's actually a lot easier. It lets you, like, turn left and right almost 180. It's quite powerful. Yeah, it's just hyper mode also exists.
Chica's guarding a missile expansion.
No Hollow Honor dead today.
Did we get a hint for Umos 2 already? That would be the one after Chica?
For that yet. Also, I think Azder's going back for Hollow Honor dead now.
Yeah.
Azder heard me.
Oh, we did get one for Umos 2? Alright, so then Chica's all the way out.
Oh, it was quad that wasn't red. Okay, I thought it was quad.
Here we see Lucarius doing Battlegrounds for the Cannonball.
Forgetting they have Annihilator, though, I think. Because Annihilator speeds up this fight quite a lot.
Yep.
Is that? No, it's light ammo, okay. Yeah, so Azder's gonna do an instant morph into the tunnel. If you have like a wall behind you, or just like an object obstructing the camera when you morph, the game skips the morph ball animation for you. That's an intended game mechanic. It exists in all 3 Prime games. And if you do that, you will activate the morph ball hitbox sooner, because as Samus is morphing, she doesn't actually have the morph ball hitbox. It only comes out when you are actually fully morphed. So if you get an instant morph, your hitbox shrinks to the size of the morph ball when you're in midair, and that allows you to enter the holes, or enter holes like Azder just did.
It doesn't look like that instant morph is particularly difficult either.
That one's a little finicky. It takes some practice, but it's really consistent once you know how to do it.
Yeah, I would expect as much. Honestly, one thing you can do there as well, if you're not comfortable with the instant morph way to get out, is if you just save at the ship. If you were even just to, whatchamacallit? Even if you were just to reset there, it's not that bad. Dark Torvis, what was that? Cache B, looks like?
Cache
Dark Visor?
A is Dark Visor.
Cache A.
There is also a screw attack into tunnels method to leave. That is also slightly faster. Optimally.
Just be sure you morph after that, or you will end up out of bounds. And if you don't want to be out of bounds, you probably don't want to accidentally end up there.
Whoops.
I think Azder was just trying to check it. We already know it's a missile expansion, but they might opt to go check, what is it, Grand Wind? No. Great Wind Chamber.
This is Grand Wind Chamber.
Oh, it is Grand, okay. And there we have Lucarius getting the boost ball for killing Dark Samus.
For killing Dark Samus?
Yeah, climbing up top there. Whatever. You know what I mean at this point, I assume. Because we did see Lucarius go and kill Dark Samus. Lucarius also grabbing the hint here, or not the hint, the check here, which is super missile, so this is a very important grab.
Yeah, azder made up a lot of ground by skipping a lot of early game checks. Especially, I think azder has done all the checks Lucarius has done except for GFMC ship, I believe. But azder has been doing a lot of the stuff after acquiring Boost Ball. So saving a lot of time in that regard.
I mean,
they're both probably going to take the same route.
Our items are looking pretty similar here, all things considered. So, if Lucarius just finds that, just finds Emerald, we could see them start to converge. Having gravity boost makes going through here just feel a lot smoother. Echo Visor, 4 rooms away from Secret Launcher.
Wow, okay. There's 3 items now. Well, known or partially known. I'm surprised that screw attack hit that wall.
Yeah. This is just a way to skip the room here, doing a screw attack. Alright, we have Lucarius getting Emerald, so... Another energy tank for azder. I'm surprised azder isn't going to go back even just a touch to check the room right there. Seeing as it's, you know, quite literally right there.
Doing this first is a bit better. You can scan the elevator. As an option for later.
Yep.
Get another hint. You're already up here, so you might as well do this now instead of coming back and climbing the room again later.
I feel it's pretty important to point out, if you are going into... Or if you take the door beneath this one instead, since we already have supers, the game will crash. So...
What?
I've had the game crash for me going...
That's not a guaranteed crash at all.
Seriously? Did I just have a random crash with that? That's extremely odd. Because I know you can come in through the elevator without an issue, but coming into that front door, well, there's Seekers. 4 rooms away is Echo Visor. So we might even stick around here just till we find that and then go for the hints. At least that's what I would go for hints immediately.
Anyway. You don't know if Echo Visor is required. Same with Dark Visor. But you know where they are now, so everything is accounted for except for Spider Ball.
If he goes and saves in the Torvis here...
Cobalt
what did that say? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that,
am I literally the only one who's ever had that crash?
My game has crashed once coming from underneath the room, and there was one time I came from Aegon, I scanned the Emerald Gate, and while the Emerald Gate was going down, I shot the Super Lock because I wanted to save some time coming later after checking Underground Tunnel. I didn't have beams at the time, and after checking Underground Tunnel and the hint, I came back, and then when I boosted towards the temple access door on the bottom, my game crashed as I bombed it. But that is not an Echoes related crash because the game doesn't just crash in bounds like that.
Oh no, Lucarius.
Except in main research, but that's something else.
We know Amorbis isn't important here, just a missile expansion, so...
Yeah, I wonder why Lucarius is doing this. I didn't see what Mining Plaza was, and at this point, there isn't anything useful it could be that's visible other than a suit or Spider Ball, so... Yeah, literally everything in the game is accounted for right now, except for the suit and Spider Ball.
Man, I can't believe that happened once. Ooh, Sky Temple Key for azder.
I'm wondering why azder's doing this now. Maybe azder wants the Dark Visor to check, what's that room called? Defiled Shrine on the way to hints, but it's interesting. There's a save right beside Cache, by Venomous Pond, so azder might just use that to save scum hints or something. Which actually makes a lot of sense, because that save station's along the way when checking these items, whereas the other ones are out of the way.
Looks like that's just another missile expansion too.
So if azder wants to check hints and then reload and save, it's better to come back to a save station that's on your path instead of one that's out of your path. So I actually do agree with this play.
Will we get Dumb Seeker? Yep.
azder just fired it from a bad spot. You just stand here, it'll work.
There we go. Yeah, there's Dark Visor. Awesome.
Oh, I guess it was... Did I say cache A or cache B?
You say cache B.
Okay, well, that's A.
So there we go. We get the Amorbus item there. Is Lucarius going to... Yeah, Lucarius is going to go grab the energy as well and return that. Which is an interesting choice. All things considered.
Maybe Lucarius saw something that I didn't.
Yeah, they definitely could have seen something. It's hard to tell on the quality we're watching on right now, too. It's much easier for a runner to tell. Azder checking by Chica, too. Just a key. Not even bothering to grab it. Alright.
Debating on getting ammo. Yeah, I'm not sure why the Amorbus play was made. At this point, you have logical access to Torvis, and you have Emerald Translator as well. So you're able to collect intel while also making logical checks. And Amorbus, even if you've forgotten even if the hint wasn't found, it's still a much longer check. So Mining Plaza's got to have something really good. Even if Amorbus was required for Mining Plaza, it's something that you could just do later.
Looks like Lucarius is going to check the in-cache and realize that there's really nothing that great here.
Also, azder still doesn't have the last Aegon key. So azder skipped that key knowing that it could be the last Aegon key.
Yep.
So azder probably is not interested in doing Mining Plaza.
Honestly, since we don't know if Quad is out, I would have grabbed the key just in case it's an Inghive key.
An Inghive key?
Yeah.
There is Annihilator Beam as well, so that is logical access to Quad, even if you're not comfortable doing the very easy trick to skip the Inghive keys.
Oh, that's fair, that's fair. I'm just a completionist. I like grabbing the things. Alright, Azder is on the way to check their hints here, which...
Synced portals.
Yeah. And they swapped places. One went to dark, one went to light.
Azder's gonna have to waste a missile here. Oh god, is the audio gonna catch up again? It's a little, it's falling a little behind now. Hold on, let me just send in the at.
Oh, did we see what was there?
I wonder if changing the audio will fix it. See what was in there? If it probably wasn't very important. It's accessible anyway, by the very end. There was an SDK in War Ritual Grounds? Okay, well good thing that azder picked up Dark Visor then. Although it could have just been picked up at the end, like I said.
Don't you need Echo Visor for that room, or am I tripping?
War Ritual Grounds? No, that needs Dark Visor and Seeker Missiles.
Ah, okay, okay.
Just or a really bad load delay. I don't actually know if that's even possible. They might not be.
Yeah, load delays are special. Basically, to quickly explain that, if you... Oh no, it locked onto the wrong thing for Azder. If you repeatedly open and close the map... Yeah, Profane Path is the one I'm thinking of. If you repeatedly open and close the map with a small amount of delay in between, you can make progress out of bounds moving and everything without the rooms actually loading. So it's a way to have the room load around you while you have more time to get into position. Watch station. You're taking the notes here?
Yeah, I'm typing them out. Dark Taurus right now.
Dungeon. Transit station. So we do need that echo visor.
No, transit station is the room beside reactor core and main research. It just needs.
Oh
spider.
my god, that's right. Sentinel's Path.
Mining plaza. That's why that was done. Okay.
Aerial training site.
So mining plaza was the Snack Sky Temple key. Okay. Morbus is required, but skipping that key isn't going to buy azder. Last station access. Wow. Okay.
That's kind of convenient. War ritual grounds. Yep.
Which we knew. Those are really good locations, honestly. Oh wait, no, dungeon's bad. Light suit required. That sucks. Everything else is pretty good though.
We could conveniently see light suit along the way, hopefully. See it on something like Grapple Guardian, which isn't that far away.
azder now knows about Cobalt Translator and Inghive. So if it's not on Quadraxis, there's a pretty good chance that azder is going to be able to pick it up.
That's true.
Probably on, my guess is either one of Hazen Cliff or Calling Chamber. Although Calling Chamber isn't accessible right now without Spider Ball.
I assume we're, never mind. My brain words just failed really fast. We know Echo is 4 rooms away from Seekers, and Seekers were in Torvus Temple. Lucarius? Lucarius opting to go to Sank early here, even without Spider Ball.
Probably just doing Spider's Treasure.
Which,
as we know, with Emerald and logical access into Torvus, it's probably not the correct play to make. If Sank has anything, it's going to be either Spider Ball or Light Suit, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like Lucarius is going to Sank here.
Yeah, azder now knows that Dark Torvus Arena is required, so azder can dip into there and then go back into the Light World. I didn't see what item was Forgotten Bridge.
Forgotten Bridge, I believe, was the Dark Torvus key. Oh. No, hold on, never mind.
I didn't see what it was, but I think Forgotten Bridge is 4 rooms away. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, it is 4 rooms away from Torvus Temple.
So Lucarius can get 2 of the 3 checks here with
Forgotten
what they
Bridge
have right now.
STK. Okay.
Okay.
Is Echo Torvus Lagoon? Did azder look at Torvus Lagoon?
Torvus Lagoon's missile expansion.
What is it then?
Looks like Lucarius is opting not to check, or not to do the spider track there. Nothing important by the looks of it.
Hydro Dynamo Station is only 2 rooms away. So it could be like Training Chamber and Gathering Hall. Which is interesting because if it's Gathering Hall, that means Echo is lost behind Spider.
We still have yet to see Spider, so...
I think azder's making correct plays to find it. Because you're just doing your regular Torvus cleanup, then you're going to head into lower Torvus. You've already got Gravity Boost. You've got everything you need to check all the things there, except grab the Dungeon Sky Temple key. You can read 3 more hints, and then you can go into Sank. Although I'm not sure if azder's going to dip into Sank without Spider that way.
Did Lucarius see what was in Hazen Cliff there? I missed it.
I didn't see it either. But
I know they opted not to grab it, so it must not have been important. Just curious.
Yeah, it was just... I don't think Meditation Vista's 3 rooms away from Torvus Temple. Underground Tunnel, and then Grove, and then Vista.
Vanilla Spider Ball? I guess theoretically it's possible, yeah. I think we have everything we would need to get there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because we can do Sank front entrance. Progressive Suit is 3 rooms away from the Save Station C in Inghai.
I think that's quad. I think it can also be Hive Dynamo Works.
I mean, if that's quad. We could get a boss. And what is this? Missile expansion.
This had all the makings of a jet seed. I mean, it's still kind of jet at this point. You know where everything is now, except for Spider Ball, so...
Looks like that was an ammo expansion. I'm surprised we didn't see azder just go straight to the Dark Aether here to do the Boost Guardian fight.
Okay, what is important though, even though that suit is a 50-50 on item locations, both of them are Spider Ball locked on these logic settings, so you know that Spider Ball is not behind a light suit check. I think azder should be able to put that together.
There's a 50-50 chance it's in a garbage location. Nice.
Both of those locations are garbage though, and Cobalt is also known to be an Ing Hive, so that gets rid of one of the garbage locations. However, we saw Culling Chamber and we saw Hazing Cliff, and neither of those were Cobalt, so Cobalt could still be aerial training site, but it's not. I don't know. It could be. Hopefully it is. It'll make it much easier to find Spider Ball if the lower Taurus hints don't point to Spider Ball. Although it could also still be the Mining Station B hint or the Fortress Transport Access hint too. I don't think that was read.
Missile expansion.
Yeah, azder's just making checks looking for Spider Ball.
I'm surprised azder's checking the Light World version of this first, especially since, you know, they can't go all the way.
He's looking for Spider Ball, and he knows that Spider Ball can't be Torvis Plaza, so there's no point in checking it anyway, or missing out on the check later. It doesn't have any items. This Light Suit is in Ing Hive, Cobalt is in Ing Hive, he knows where Echo Visor is, so and Spider Ball can't be there, which is the only thing that's required.
Lucarius doing Plate of Dark Worship here, so let's see.
Yeah, we haven't seen this yet. This could be Spider Ball. azder realizes he doesn't have a power bomb, but you can get a power bomb from the puffers in Dark Torvis Temple. At least I think that's why he's doing this. Did you just realize that?
What is
He
it?
didn't have a power bomb. That looks like a key, except I don't know if Lucarius knows about Chica, so I'm just gonna pick up a garbaging hive key. Okay, there's the Sky Temple key. Although Boost Guardian could still have Spider Ball, so azder's gonna grab a power bomb for the fight.
Could Spider be on Sank Entrance?
On beginner? I don't think so. I believe the screw attack movement is either intermediate or advanced. Don't quote me on that though. There might be an easier method to get it that I don't know about though.
Oh no, missing.
No, azder
oh,
got it.
never mind. We're good. We're good.
But if I had to guess, I don't think Spider can be a Sank Entrance, so they don't have to worry about that either. Not Sank Entrance, not Fortress Transport Access.
Just ammo.
azder will have to go back to GFMC though to get the last Aegon key. azder's probably slightly worried about finding that. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if azder goes back for the Cache B key, unless azder already knows that the Aegon keys are not in Torvis. I haven't seen an Aegon key hint myself.
I haven't either. Lucarius saving up the ship, so we're probably going to get a Hall of Honor dead check here.
Yeah, the Aegon key hint would say the keys can be found in Aegon and Temple Grounds, or Temple Grounds and Aegon. I don't know how it orders the areas. Defile Shrine Life Support, that's just an E-Tank.
Poor thing is Lucarius can't... Okay, Lucarius is on their way to Torvis here, so they're going to get Seekers. And then we could see them checking the hints as well. Knowing that at least they have a Morbus out of the way, I suppose, would be a little bit of relief.
There's the chicken hint, so yeah, grab the key for no reason, dang. Yeah, now it's time for Lower Taurus on azder's end. Coincidentally,
Yeah, I believe... Is the Inkhive key skip just a BSJ, or can you screw attack over it as well?
Okay, so there's a BSJ. You can do it with one bomb and screw attack over the wall. That's on intermediates. There's also an advanced one where you do a 3 BSJ to go over the gate without screw attack. However, going back out over the gate from quad is an advanced level BSJ.
Yeah,
but it is in logic
Annihilator. Yeah.
But like, the skip itself is trivial, so even if it's not in logic, you don't need any hive keys to do it.
Lucarius here going for the space jump, or sorry, the screw attack method to get out of Hall of Honor dead. Oh, close. Major upgrade is in Vault.
Oh, Vault. That's Spider Ball then. Or actually, no. It could be a beam combo. In fact, it's likely to be a beam combo. But, I mean, it could be Spider Ball, so...
I guess I should explain the chat. A BSJ stands for a bomb space jump. We've already seen instant morphs. You can do the reverse, which is an instant unmorph. And if you get an instant unmorph, there are 21 frames while you're still leaving the ground, I believe, where you can... Apparently it's more?
Yeah. Huh. I was told it was 24, apparently. I was always told it was 21. Like, I've been told that for, like, several years, like, half a decade, but apparently it's more, so...
Interesting. But if you jump within 21 to 24, whatever it is, frames, after you've... oh my goodness. After you get that instant unmorph and you've left the ground, you can go ahead and jump out of that.
So azder is going into, to Sank. Did azder find Echo?
No.
So Echo
I think
Visor,
they're going to stay here till they find Echo.
Echo Visor has to be Gathering Hall now, I'm pretty sure. Meaning that it is spider locked unless you do a really dumb trick. Where you instant morph into the bomb slots in this room. Lucarius exercising frustration in the chat over...
Yeah, I was just about to say something about that.
This room sucks.
Oh, looks like there's...
Also, yeah, that Aegon key might be azder's go mode, which is very funny. Did Lucarius's game crash? Was that what happened?
No, they're just reloading the save.
Reloading the save?
Yeah, they saved in the ship.
But I thought Lucarius was on the way to Torvis entrance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry, I thought they were in Hall of Honor dead still.
No.
My apologies.
I'm pretty sure Lucarius's game just crashed. That sucks. Like I saw the expletive in the SpeedGaming chat, and I thought it was just the room being dumb, but no, I guess it was over a game crash. So azder sees Echo Visor here and decides, nope, I'm not doing this. I agree. This trick kind of sucks.
Could we see Spider Ball on Alpha Blog? I think it's possible.
azder, you don't have Spider Ball. azder, you don't have Spider. Bro. Oh, there, he realizes. Okay.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Spider could still be on Alpha Blog, but it's not like it's going to be...
it's not super likely. It's probably Vault. I think... so major upgrades, that, like... I don't even know what to call it, like, not exact description or whatever. Like, the category, I think is what Randomizer calls it. Dark Burst, Sunburst, and Sonic Boom fall into that category. I believe only Sunburst was found so far, so it could be Dark Burst or Sonic Boom, like just off of what the hint says, but it's not likely because I think Spider Ball is part of the logic chain because Spider Ball is required for Echo Visor, which is required for Mining Plaza. So if there's a hint pointed to an item, it's probably because it's part of a logic chain. Also, yeah, those Preeds do a lot of damage. It's crazy when you shoot them. Yeah, Spider Ball is in Vault. and Cobalt is also an Ing Hive. There's a chance that Cobalt is logically required for Hive Dynamo works. Otherwise, it's just Quad. Quad would be way better for routing because they're probably going to have to go to Spider Ball for Vault. Then Aerial Training Site has an STK. And then you fight Quad for Suit, and if it's not that, then, okay, well, you're going to have to go fight Spider Guardian now.
I think, as far as we know, there could also be Vanilla Spider Ball, as someone called out earlier.
I suppose, but it's not very likely at all.
Cobalt could be required for Vanilla Spider.
And yeah, Dark Zero, thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, you could get a hint from Missile Launcher before Sunburst, even.
Did you see what that item was? I wasn't able to.
In main research? I'm not sure, but it's not
whatever it is.
Item. It's not an important item at this point. I think Azder's gonna, yeah, grab this STK. The unfortunate thing about Echo Visor is that it's locked behind either Spider Ball or a Dumb Trick, and Echo Visor right now would let Azder go straight to Aerial Training Site. The only way Azder's going to be able to do that right now... It's actually not possible. So Azder's going to do a 3BSJ here to skip using Spider Ball to get this Sky Temple key. This is good routing, he doesn't have to come back later.
I actually saw Azder doing this trick in the... I think it was their any % no out of bounds the other day, so that's kind of funny.
You do this trick to get a Power Bomb expansion early. It's used to get the Hive Dynamo Works key right after Spider Ball. And also save some time in lower Torvis, although not much.
Lucarius now in Torvis, getting a lot of those energy tanks. And there's the Sky Temple key as well for Lucarius.
The lovely mini gyro to Hall of Combat Mastery instant morph that you only ever get when it doesn't matter. Because while you're doing the puzzle, Hall of Combat Mastery is loading, so if you get the instant morph, the door is already... Well, the room's already loaded, so the door will open instantly. But if you come through the room again and you just boost through, Hall of Combat Mastery hasn't finished loading yet, so the instant morph doesn't save any time. It's funny.
Well, Azder's gonna go do the checks here, and
yeah,
we already know none of them are good. Oh no! Dark Burst.
Yay!
Is there an inbounds way to get PB early? Yeah, that was the one we were just talking about.
There's also Sank Entrance.
That's Transit Station, the room Azder did that skip in, correct?
That's Sank Transit Station. There's one in Aegon too, but that room's like pretty useless.
I remember I was looking up Secret Worlds the other day, and I'm like, oh, one's in Transit Station. I search Transit Station, it gives me the Aegon one, and it's like, that's not very helpful.
Well, they both have Screw Attack Secret Worlds.
That's kind of a thing for a ton of rooms. Alright, here we go. Lucarius getting Seekers.
If I was Azder right now, I would use this portal and scan the hint for Hive Dynamo Works, because if it says life support system, there's a chance you can rule out Quad. I think that's what he's gonna do. Yeah, Cobalt and Ing Hive. Lucarius knows that that can't be too many locations at this point that are good. As they're not checking the hints. So I think Azder's just gonna do Quad anyway.
I don't think it's a terrible call to do Quad regardless, knowing that it's the 50-50.
If you have an option to eliminate the 50-50, then...
Oh no, I know eliminating it would be great, but Since we don't have it eliminated, I don't think it's a terrible decision to do it, you know? Quad blocking Cobalt, blocking Vanilla Spider. That'd be special.
Quadraxis can't lock Spider. Yeah, Spider Ball is required for quad on these settings.
Oh,
I believe
yes,
it's the trick to leave. I think is advanced. It used to be extra, but I think it was lowered to advanced. I still might be wrong on what it is. DCR controls all that stuff.
Do you not even need a spider to kill quad?
No.
How else do you stick to the head?
You don't stick to the head. You just jump on it.
Oh, you just like
Morph into the
screw
bomb
attack
stuff.
onto the head?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Spider Ball, like, I'm pretty confident is in Vol, and it routes perfectly with Aerial Training Site, Watt Station Access, all these Sky Temple keys. So, that's probably where it is.
Well, that would certainly be a much nicer route than some of the other races we've seen this week.
Yeah, this seed is really fast, even though it requires all the items in the game. Potentially, other than Cobalt, it's really fast.
I believe yesterday with Crash, I think it was with Crash, the one that I commentated for the first hour. That one had absolutely brutal logic. So yeah, this must be Spider with azder going for this.
The only thing azder doesn't have is an Aegon key, which is really funny. We know that's the GFMC ship, which azder hasn't gone back to yet. I don't know if azder has a hint for Aegon keys, but if he does, he's already done like almost all of the stuff in Temple Grounds, so he'd be able to eliminate it. He's also done everything in Aegon outside of Mining Station B and Storage A, and Mine Shaft as well. Because if there was a hint for it, I believe 2 of the keys are in Temple Grounds and 1's in Aegon. So azder might think 2 are in Aegon, whereas 1 in Temple Grounds, because I think azder's found 1 in each area already.
Yeah, Jojo, when I left around 1:15, or no, it would have been just under 1 hour in, we didn't even have bombs yet. And not having bombs that late into a seed can be really annoying. Alright, Lucarius coming up on the Sky Temple key hints here, so...
Yeah, azder's got, or azder, Lucarius is the same 8 hints that azder read before. I'll just post them again in case people are curious. So right now, azder's got Watt Station, Dungeon, Mining Plaza, Aerial Training Site, and War Ritual Grounds left, but most of those are in the way. I wonder why, like, what's up with the pausing the game after every hint?
Probably just to write it down.
You can write down 2 at a
oh,
time.
sorry, you mean...
You can write down 2 at a time, or 3 at a time.
Sorry, you mean like the pausing right after just scanning?
No, I just mean...
Oh,
like,
okay, you
can
just mean
scan
like...
3 and then pause and write them down.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant the actual pausing, where if you hit pause right there, it takes you straight there.
Yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah, okay. You have to admit, that room with the Sky Temple key hints looks really cool.
Yeah, it does look cool. Okay, now it's probably time for azder to fight Quad. Yeah, the bonk. That's why I want to cancel a screw attack into there, so you never bonk. But azder's gonna fight. Azder might think that's an Aegon key.
Yeah,
if he doesn't read
Azder's
the
probably
hint.
gonna grab that for sure.
Yeah, azder doesn't have the hint. That's why he's grabbing this.
Have we had an Aegon key hint yet? I don't think we have.
Well, azder wouldn't. Azder's been reading most of the hints at this point, so if he doesn't know, then definitely no.
There we go. Nice scan.
Inghive key coming right up. Yeah.
Yep. That's unfortunate.
Okay, so azder not fighting Quad. Okay.
Probably going to go check the Sanctuary Temple first, I suppose.
There's no reason to check the Sanctuary Temple.
I know, there's not really a reason to, but... Oh, we probably already know the item too, so that's even weirder. Might still be looking for Cobalt.
Yeah, I was gonna say memory. That makes not going back for Cash B strange. I don't know why he's coming down here. Is he
I
just
think he's
checking
still
for
looking
the-
for Cobalt.
Is he going back for Echo? Okay, Echo is logically required for Quadraxis at this point. On these settings, it's still needed to fight him, like by locking on, even though you don't actually need it.
Yeah, because you can just do most of the shots without the Echo Visor, if I remember. Or you can do all of them
can do
without the
all of
Echo
them.
Visor, yeah.
You just manually aim. That's what you do in the any percent no out of bounds speedrun that doesn't get Echo Visor until after quad, I think. Right?
The antennas aren't even that
No.
difficult to see as well. It's not like it's a hard thing to hit, if I remember correctly.
No, you just aim at it and fire. No, in the route you do get Echo Visor before Quadraxis, but that's not a intentional thing. That's just circumstance because it's faster that way. Oh wait, no, you do need to get Echo Visor. It's no out of bounds. I'm dumb. Nope, there it is. It's exactly 3 rooms away, Dark Zero. From Hive Safe Station 2. So we were right on the Hive Dynamo Works versus Quad play. I think azder just wants to grab Echo. Maybe also grabbing the Cash B key, which we know is a Torvis key? Exactly 3, so it can't be Hive Gyro. Oh, yeah. For a second I read Hive Gyro as Hive Dynamo.
This room doesn't look to still be covered in water, yet there's a blog just chilling there. Alright.
Yeah, the reason the blog is there is because he cleared the room and reloaded it, and Alpha Blog hasn't been defeated yet. So layer change hasn't existed.
Damn, he's just swimming in air. He's chilling.
Yeah, air blogs. They're pretty cool. Whoops.
Interesting species. Oh, is he gonna kill it now out of anger?
Dark burst, come on. You know you want to use it. Yeah! What?
It didn't kill him?
No, I don't think the mouth was open.
Oh no. Well, it scared him away for a little bit. I'm very happy that we've been able to hear a decent amount of Sank and Subterranean Torvis, since those are some of my favorite themes in the game. Uh-oh. We have someone who believes Dark Burst sucks in the chat.
Yeah, it's only good for activating bomb slots. It doesn't do anything else.
It activates bomb slots?
Yep. The beam combos, when shot into a bomb slot, activate bomb slot for the duration of their hitbox? I don't really know what to call it. Sunburst doesn't last that long, but if you shoot Dark Burst or Sonic Boom at a bomb slot and then instant morph into the bomb slot, you can activate it. With good timing.
That's so odd.
Retro. That's all the beam combos do, really. Sunburst only uses saving 4 seconds on Emperor-ing and a bit of time on Grapple Guardian. And then
But
Sonic
they
Boom and
also
Dark
look
Burst
cool.
don't do anything except for activating bomb slots.
I mean, you have to remember, just the fact that it looks cool is instantly worth like 5 points.
But is it worth all your ammo?
I mean, the game doesn't like ammo anyway.
Is azder going to use Echo to go up to aerial training set again? No, he isn't. Okay, interesting. Maybe he's biting himself for not reading the Dynamo Works hint, so he's gonna go do that right now, or something.
Also can activate the humming locks.
Yeah, that's true. Dark Burst and Sonic Boom can activate Echo Locks from behind the wall.
Are we talking like unlock them?
Those locks that you shoot at, like the ones on the way to quad to reach
Yeah.
Hive gyro. If you come from Hive gyro into that room, the wall's in the way, but you can put on Echo Visor and shoot Sonic Boom or Dark Burst maybe too. And
oh,
like
and just it's large enough. All right, all right.
this isn't a thing on modern Randomania, but on older Randomania versions, and the vanilla game, of course, there's those webs in the temple grounds, like Hive Chambers. You can destroy the webs from the back using Dark Burst. Did azder just read the hint, by the way? I just missed it like an idiot. Wait, he didn't read the hint?
Don't think so.
He skipped the hint! Oh no! Perhaps he didn't think about fighting Quad from the back. Well, the no Cobalt thing doesn't matter for now. Or does it? Aerial training site was checked. So, Cobalt must therefore be blocked by Light Suit or Cobalt. So, it's Quad. Right? Am I correct on that? Because the only checks that are left are Hive Dynamo, Quad. Oh, I guess it could be Hive Gyro. Is Cobalt Hive Gyro? I guess not, because he's not... Oh, he's picking it up. Was it Hive Gyro? Yep, it was. Okay. What keys are we missing on azder's side? Mining Plaza, War Ritual Grounds, and... what was the last one? Dungeon, right. There's a suit either on Quad or in Hive Dynamo Works. We don't know if it's Hive Dynamo Works or not because azder has not read the hint.
We also know that
azder or not.
Still needs to get the Dark Aegon key.
Yeah, there's a Dark Aegon key on the GFMC ship that azder needs to find. I mean, azder doesn't have to fight Quad if azder can scan the hint and see if it's life support or not. But azder's not gonna do it.
I feel like so much hatred in your voice from not scanning the hint.
No, not hatred. I'm just... what's he doing now? Is he reading more Cobalt hints? Maybe he doesn't realize just, like, what the suit is locking.
I really hope we don't end up going up to Aerie here and fighting Dark Samus.
azder won't do that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think that Aegon key hint wasn't Red Gollop. azder went out of his way to pick up keys, like in Inghive and stuff like that. It was really funny because before he read the Sky Temple key hint for Mining Plaza, he actually skipped the Cache B hint or raid key before like save warping out. So he might actually end up going back for that if he remembers it was a red key that he didn't even pick up or scan. Like he just ignored it when he saw it.
There's the energy controller.
Lucarius already picked it up on GFMC ship.
Yes, worth noting is Lucarius has already even killed a Morbus.
Yeah, Lucarius has already killed a Morbus. We didn't actually know why at the time, but I guess Lucarius did see the Mining Plaza hint at the time.
Dark Torvus Temple keys, unfortunately useless. Hopefully he hasn't forgotten that suit hint. That's kind of important.
Yeah, there's a chance the suit hint was forgotten. You can't really tell these things when watching, so... unless he's just making the Hive Dynamo Works play right now. Are you sure he didn't read the hint? Light Suit is currently only blocking Dungeon. Next, bro, that's all. Okay, I guess he's just doing Hive Dynamo Works.
I like that there's a zoom button here.
Yeah, the zoom button actually, or that little HUD element displays there if you have the map transition to Dynamo Works and you jump on the spider track collision from out of bounds. It's actually in the any percent run.
Does the button still work, or does it just show up?
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
if you press X, you'll morph. And morphing there is bad because you can't unmorph. Because there are triggers in this room that cause you to be able to unmorph in certain areas.
The zoom button doesn't exist on Trilogy. Interesting.
I didn't know that. Funny.
Spider Guardian doesn't look too happy right now.
Azder's probably not using PBs because that's not a regular game thing. And Azder fights Spider Guardian normally in every speedrun, so. I often forget to use power bombs when playing Randomizer, because if you do it in the regular game, it just vaporizes Spider Guardian and you basically soft lock.
Oh yes, that's right.
A lot of times when you're playing, your muscle memory just takes over, so there's nothing really wrong with Azder not using power bombs here.
Especially for bosses in particular.
And you just fight bosses the same way you always do. Although that started to affect me. When I was doing my max percent no light beam playthrough the other day, I had like 6 missiles and I just chose not to use any on Alpha Splinter at the start because of the stupid randomizer making me fight it without missiles every time.
Oh, there he goes. He's zooming, everyone.
Looks like Lucarius is checking Transit Tunnel South for... Does Lucarius not have the... Lucarius read the light suit hint. I'm guessing
I think so.
He read the Spider Ball hint, which is down here too, and also the Echo Visor hint was Path of Roots, I think. So... I'm not sure why Lucarius is checking this right now. I'm pretty sure those hints were all read. Yeah, the Spider Ball hint was vague, but at this point you should be able to discern what it is.
I don't think there's anything too interesting to say about the Spider Guardian fight.
It's hard to do optimally with just bombs. Takes a lot of practice. Reading the dungeon hint when you know it's a key. Oh, there's the Spider Ball hint, never mind. My bad.
Oh, there we go. Quads required. Well, I sure hope I don't need to fight Spider Guardian. That'd be my first time.
No, it's Hive Dynamo Works that was supposed to be.
Oh, Hive Dynamo Works. My bad.
Not Dynamo Works.
Hive Dynamo Works is the dark side.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no!
I don't try to screw attack cancel there. I just like use the 5, and then like the boost from the 5th one is usually enough to get up there like that. This Incash sucks though.
Light
okay,
suit.
what's this?
So Quadraxis isn't required, I suppose.
Nope.
Unfortunate.
Okay, Azder's go mode is the Aegon key on top
yeah,
of
literally the
DFMP
Aegon key. Nice.
So that's pretty funny.
There was a race earlier in the week where a Morbus was needed as well, and I think the runner spent 45 minutes trying to find the last Aegon key, and that was the go mode.
Maybe Azder was reading Cobalt hints looking for the Aegon key hint, actually, now that I think about it. Which is probably why he's coming back here. Did he go to Sanctuary Energy Controller?
Yes.
He did?
Remember
okay,
he
so
went there earlier? He grabbed, oh my goodness,
I was just wondering
I forget
if
what
he
he
read the
grabbed,
hint
but
or
he
not.
did, yeah. Yes, he did
okay.
read the hint.
Alright, I wonder why he's going back this way. Maybe this is faster to go to Watch Station or something to read that hint if he hasn't done that already.
If you have light suit, oh no, but you haven't returned the energy, so I don't believe you could warp back.
No, you can't warp unless you return the energy to or the Sanctuary
Yeah.
Energy, and then go to Yumos 2 and pick up the item that normally is Light Suit. You don't actually need anything else to warp. I think Azder's looking for the Aegon key, which sucks. It's just chilling on that ship. Although at this point, I don't know if I would be checking, like checking this is fine because it's like on the way as he's reading these hints, but access to a Morbus was available really early on, and the game doesn't place Aegon keys until you have access to a Morbus, so there's a much higher likelihood of the check that contains the Aegon key being something early game because it was available for longer. There are more opportunities for the Aegon key to be placed there, which in this case is what happened. It was placed on the GFMC ship, which is pretty early on.
Oh, the boost ball.
Yeah, I think Azder's going to go to Dungeon, and then come back to Sank, and go to Aegon. Because there was... I don't think... Azder has not read Hall of Combat Mastery, and he hasn't read Mining Station B either.
Do you think he'll fight Powerbomb Guardian?
Maybe. Probably not, though.
I mean, if you're really looking everywhere for the keys and you're here, you could. The thing is, we know where the key is, but Azder doesn't.
Yeah, it does give Lucarius some time to catch up for sure, with that key already found. What is Lucarius trying to... Oh, slope jump on top of this thing to climb the room without Spider. Makes sense.
I believe the way Azder did it was jumping on the Echo door.
Yeah, the Echo Gate is much, much easier than doing this. It's a little slower, optimally, but it's...
In a rando, it's more about hitting it, you know?
Yeah, jumping on these, like, pistons or whatever they call it is really stupid. Is Lucarius gonna leave? Go all the way to Aegon instead? Interesting. Yeah, if you want an easier, like a really easy strat to climb that room without Spider, just use the Echo Gate. Don't bother with the Spider Wall. Yeah, Lucarius might not know it. When you're doing the dungeon check for the Sky Temple key, make sure you shoot those beacons with either Light Beam or Annihilator Beam. Safe zones last 30 seconds, I think, with those beams, but I think they only last 15 without. 15 seconds is not enough to grab the key and yeah, excuse me, come out without shooting the beacons again.
Lucarius is searching through hints right now.
I think Azder's gonna go do these checks for the Aegon key. The interesting thing about coming from this side is that if you come from this side for Grapple Guardian, you're gonna have to... Azder didn't open up the portal to Crypt. So he's gonna have to, for Grapple Guardian specifically, he's gonna have to screw attack bonk. I think he knows how to do it. But I guess he's just checking under Transit 1 instead. Yeah, Azder didn't bomb that.
It looks like Lucarius might go through the front entrance of Sang.
Yeah, that can potentially be an option. I think Aegon would have been a bit faster, though.
Missile expansion. Oh, poor
Because
azder.
Transit Station is a Sky Temple key, but if Lucarius wasn't comfortable climbing main research, they might not be comfortable doing the 3BSJ out without Spider. I don't know. Did azder bomb the... Oh, he's just coming this way to... Okay, right. You know, Crypt is like my least visited, like, useful room, so I often forget that this connects to Under Temple Shaft. Once you can do like the Screw Attack Bonk or the BSJ to reach Grapple Guardian from the bottom, and you do other like minor tricks like using the dungeon portal, you like never visit Crypt. That room is not very useful.
We're gonna see a warp to start here. Wouldn't surprise me that much. I think all we're missing is the one locked behind a Morbus and
Yes, Azder's needs an Aegon key for Mining Plaza and War Ritual rounds, which is
Yep.
at the very end.
Oh, going through this room without cannonball is just annoying. Those tentacles suck. Sonic Boom.
All beam combos.
Just think about this. If this were a run, we could have split already. Can also burn beam ammo in many ways. Fair enough.
It can.
Yeah, Lucarius is definitely doing front of Sank, so I guess we'll see what item is in Sank entrance. We know it's not really important, but...
Was that with a Fortress Transport Axis hint red? A beam and Dark Aegon? Funny.
Have we found all the...
was like, a red key! Nope, just Ink Hive. Lol.
Have we... Okay, well I guess that's the last Ink Hive key. I was gonna say, I don't think we've seen them all yet. And, yep, that makes sense, we haven't. So, Lucarius won't find one here. If I remember correctly, it won't be any key at all, because it isn't a Torvis key, I'm pretty sure. Based on the hint we got earlier.
Lucarius isn't going to check Sync entrance when Lucarius knows that none of the items Lucarius needs are here.
Oh, I just remembered about that one that had the Aegon key required. It was an Airy, so it was locked behind Dark Samus too. That was a race from earlier this week. Totally not plugging the channel, but you should go back and watch some of those VODs. There were some really good races earlier this week.
Yeah, Lucarius not getting Transit Station. So, yeah, coming from Aegon would have been a bit better than Sank entrance, for sure. Azder reset Power One Guardian. Okay.
That was
That's
your race, Interslice? Yeah. Oh, yes, fair enough. I guess it's good as time as any to go ahead and say, be sure to follow the runners. They're both playing very well. Oh, Lucarius trying to do this
Can
with
you
that
do
fireball.
this backwards?
Yep.
Can you even do this backwards? This looks way worse than doing it forwards.
I'm pretty sure you can do it both with screw or
Well, yeah, you can do it with
with the instant morph like that.
The instant morph's a bit easier, and I'm pretty sure just doing it backwards makes it harder.
Just like go forward and instant morph?
Yeah. There's a ceiling, so you bonk your head.
Nice camera.
Yeah, Azder's probably gonna do Temple Grounds cleanup right now. Yep, probably going this way to do like GFMC ship and raid the Fortress transport hint and all that good stuff, get intel. It's probably Azder's plan to do this and then go to Aegon. Because if he goes to Aegon for the Mining Station B hint, and then he reads a hint saying that the Aegon keys are not in Aegon, that means he's going to have to leave Aegon and then come all the way back. Instead of checking stuff outside of Aegon, and then if the hint is in Aegon, it's fine, because he's already there. So,
Lucarius is currently thinking...
doing this.
Sorry. Lucarius is currently thinking about how they want to route through Inghive here.
Yeah, with Darkfire's
especially since they
open up this portal here, which can be useful for later.
Yeah.
I wonder if Lucarius will read the hint.
I guess we can find out what it says. We know at the moment that they're still just what you call it? They're still just searching for Spider Ball, which is in Vault.
Lucarius will also want to verify on the 50-50 for Light Suit by reading the hint here.
Dark ammo expansion.
And Dyro works. Azder finally getting light ammo. Holy moly.
Is that one Profane Path?
This room is Profane Path, yes.
Yeah, okay. Tank with no Spider Ball is annoying, yes. Alright. Nothing in Phazon Pit. We already know it's a missile expansion, I believe.
Checking Ing Reliquary for the Aegon key, okay. Well, if you're here, I guess.
I mean, you even get a hint. Oh, no, you only get a hint in the light version. My bad. Yeah. Can he give it a go? Okay,
I thought he paused to check what he hasn't done in Aegon yet, because he found the Aegon key hint that I just didn't notice. But I guess not.
No, I still haven't seen the Aegon key hint.
Because there wasn't a reason to check this if you know what the Aegon key hint is. I just confused myself a little bit.
Powerbomb expansion.
Oh, Azder's double checking if they have 3 keys by opening the Aegon map. I forgot that was a thing. Thank you for reminding me. I would do the same thing, actually. I'd be like, wait, do I have all 3 keys or no?
There's a couple times where I've tripped up on the number of keys I've had and had to go check something for it. I wish you got the prompt that you have all the keys without having to, you know, hit a save station and all of that.
Fun fact about Phazon Pit, if you're coming from Phazon Pit to Profane Path, it's actually faster by about a second to boost into the Phazon and then unmorph and jump towards the door instead, because you hit the load trigger for Profane Path like a second earlier.
Funny.
It's much better than unmorphing and using grappled across the room. You hit the load trigger slower that way. Alright, Azder's going to find the Aegon key on the GFMC ship now.
And then that'll put us into go mode.
Yes, Azder will be able to finish.
Oh no.
Oops.
This has actually been a decently long seed, all things considered. Especially since the start was so fast with progression.
Yeah, this is a seed that a little bit of out of bounds would have completely destroyed. This is pretty fun. Under 2 hours, actually, with final bosses on, this will probably take just over 2 hours to finish.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the final bosses aren't that interesting. You just have the super missiles into the big globe. You've got the power bombs rolling around on Ing, and then you've just got Screw Attack in the heels. And then you have Dark Samus, but everyone dislikes Dark Samus 3 and 4.
Yeah, Lucarius and Azder took 2 different routes at the beginning, where Azder skipped out on Jump Guardian and instead did Temple Ground stuff and grabbed the Dark Beam earlier, whereas Lucarius was a bit more thorough with Aegon to begin. But after that, once Lucarius got Super Missiles and Emerald and Dark Beam and Light Beam in Labs, going to Torvis would have been the right play. It's just Lucarius stuck around in Aegon a bit too long and fell behind in that regard.
Lucarius here are going to see that it's... But oh, they just got Spider Ball. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Annihilator Beam's tracking is fun. Yeah, I'm gonna climb the room this way.
I hope Lucarius is not going to fight Quad. I'm pretty sure I didn't see Lucarius read the Dynamo Works hint either to see if it was life support. And there's a chance we're going to see Lucarius fight Quadraxis for what we know is no reason. Yeah, honestly, for speedrunning, Quad is, like, not fun to fight at all, Daimo. It's just the same thing every time, pretty much. There isn't much to react to at all. When I fight Quad, I don't end up thinking very much at all. But when I fight final bosses, especially Emperor 3 and Dark Samus, I'm thinking a lot, so it's a lot more engaging.
Oh. Those enemies that drop the safe zones. It's kind of satisfying to kill them, not gonna lie. Alright, Lucarius grabbing another Sky Temple key up here. And then we have azder gonna go on a Morbus here.
Yeah, Lucarius
I wonder if we'll get to
verifying
see
what the
some.
key is gonna be.
I wonder if we'll get to see some beam combos here.
Beam combos on the Morbus? No, just regular old light beam will do the trick, which is perfectly fine.
True,
No need to
but it
waste
might be
ammo when you've
fun
only
since
got
we
40.
have all of them.
Azder's only got 40 ammo. That's not gonna... Oh my god, it actually hit. The worm turned.
That was a pretty good hit, actually.
Yeah, when I was learning this game, as Memory Tennis points out, I spent probably the most time practicing final bosses over practicing literally anything else. Like, just opening up menu mod, fighting Emperor, and then before the Emperor 3 cutscene, like, checkpoint trigger is active, just quickly kill myself, do it again. And just sit there for like 3 hours or whatever and just do it over and over again. Very, very, very heavy skill gap. Did Azder not get Worm Skip? I wasn't paying attention.
There was no Worm Rave.
3, so yeah. That's not what I mean by that. Worm Skip is a trick you can do on the second phase, and also technically the third phase, where you kill the second worm before the first worm detaches from the egg, or whatever you want to call it, and that causes no cutscene to play to start the third phase, and that prevents the third worm from spawning, which means you only have to kill 2 worms on the final cycle. If you do the same trick again on the third phase, though, if you kill the second worm when the first worm is still on the egg, then no cutscene will play when you finish the fight like that, and that causes a soft lock because the worms disappear as the fight kind of continues on without them.
Light ammo expansion. Is it just me or is someone's audio dying?
I think it's Azder's audio popping.
Yeah.
Maybe not on. Maybe probably not even on Azder's end because I don't remember that happening on any of their streams. Carrie's going back for Echo, I think. Yeah.
At this point, like this far in, I feel like you start getting somewhat stressed if you haven't seen someone done yet.
Yeah, Azder was probably feeling really, really confident about like some of the choices that he was making in the first half, especially. And then once the key was what was left, he probably started to feel a little bit worried, especially because it was so early on, and like it was such an early check that Azder didn't make because there was no reason to go back there at that point.
Yeah.
maybe that would throw him off a little bit. But what he doesn't know is that he is ahead by, at this point, a fairly considerable margin. It's his race to lose. Lucarius getting instant morphed off the ledge. Funny. Wow. Screw that pirate in particular.
I mean, nothing too thrilling at this point left. We're gonna see the energy be returned, then mining state or mining plaza STK is gonna be grabbed, and then it's pretty much just azder walking it straight up to Sky Temple, because the last key is on the way.
Yeah, I believe the fastest way to reach Sky Temple from the mining plaza item would be to exit Aegon from the front and then go through landing site, especially because the violet gates are already scanned. That's the fastest way in terms of RTA.
Energy
I think
return.
I think for in-game time purposes, it would probably be faster to warp to start.
There's the Echo Visor. So Lucarius has everything they need to beat Quad, but we know that Quad doesn't need to be beaten, so...
Yeah, I hope Lucarius doesn't end up fighting Quad either, especially when it's still avoidable. There's a hint right there you can use to figure out whether or not, like, worst case scenario. Okay, you fight Spider Guardian and you look for Cobalt Knitting Hive, which is on the way to Quad, so you'll find it, and then you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go fight Spider Guardian now because I know it's I know Hive Dynamo is a life support system, and what? You get an E tank. Like, okay, you made the wrong play, but I mean, like, when you made the decision, it ended up being correct. So, or you made the correct choice, but it ended up not being it. I don't know. You made the logical choice, is what I'm trying to say. And from what we know right now, that it is the correct one.
There we go. So azder now just has to go towards the end of the game. Yeah, gonna do the warp to start.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure what's faster for RTA now, honestly. It's probably this. Probably by a small margin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at this point, it probably doesn't matter. I do have to say, I love the way the light suit looks. I've always felt a little iffy about the dark suit, but that light suit sure is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I guess Ezra's already scanned this gate and moved the block. I thought that was only done on the save scum, but I was wrong. Yeah, this way is definitely better.
Here we go. Whoa, that was a big launch.
Oh yeah, in order to make half-pipes work in this game, every room that has a half-pipe has a trigger that once you get Boost Ball, your boosts are amplified in these rooms. And that doesn't apply just on half-pipes. That's why boosting around this room and War Ritual Grounds can be so awkward sometimes. It's because your boosts are more powerful, and that's just something that can happen there when you boost into that collision. You just go flying up. And the same thing applies to this room, like I said.
Nothing really that thrilling at this point. Again, like, here's the final key. Ta-da! Now we're just gonna go drop them off and head on to the final bosses. Aaron, I'll probably let you talk for most of the final bosses because Your boss knowledge is much better than mine.
Alright, fair.
Plus, I'm sure everyone's heard enough of me talking already.
I don't know about that. Nice, good Seeker Lock. Good Seeker Lock. There you go.
Yeah, getting hit by those eyes when you're trying to do stuff is annoying. Was Annihilator the only non-required item this seed?
Yes.
Was Cobalt required for anything?
Logically for Spider Guardian.
Ah, okay.
Grapple could have been logically placed, but Screw Attack was also, like, logically placed potentially out of circumstance. So it wasn't. Grapple might not have been progression, but you never know.
This room sure looks cool as well.
Yeah. When you require missiles for the end of the game, by the way, if you're low, these missiles, these crashes will always give 10 missile drops. I think they only start to give 5 missile drops until, like, once you're in, like, the hundreds for missile count or something. Like, it's a lot, and you should never be there in a randomizer race. So
I always love the ceiling doors here, too.
yeah, they're wild. But if
they had a really fun aesthetic to the fight.
If you need power bombs, make sure your missiles are full, and then those caches will give you power bombs as well. So if Emperor-ing, you generally just want to shoot each tentacle with 1 light beam shot, and then you can either use Annihilator, or you can use 4 super missiles to take out Emperor-ing in 1 cycle. That laser shoots out at predictable times, and you can even, like, stand closer to the body to try to get its laser to come out at you, like, and hit its own body to block it. I mentioned Annihilator earlier. It's a strategy that you can use. I personally don't do it because I've never done a run of a category that has Annihilator for this fight, so I personally just use the 4 supers. Although Annihilator is a little faster.
Annihilator is very satisfying to fire, too.
This second phase has 11 total of these little tentacle holes. If you don't have Cannonball to make yourself invincible to the I don't even know what to call them. They aren't... I don't even know if these enemies have a name. They're just these little ink puddles. If you're not immune to them, they can be really annoying, but otherwise, there's a very consistent pattern that you can use to manipulate these things to come out at the correct time to die to 3 power bombs. Inglings? Is that what they're called? Okay. I know there's inglets, but these are not inglets. And then Emperor-ing, I'm not even going to bother explaining how the fight works normally. There's a leftover hitbox underneath its body, kind of by its heels, that you can screw attack if you're low enough to the ground. The screw attack, when you have space jump, is centered around a straight line that goes out that starts where you, like, start a space jump. So if you jump and then wait close to the ground to space jump, and then start your screw attack close to the ground, you'll be, like, in a good position to do a lot of damage to Emperor-ing. It does 36 damage per frame, so it does a lot of damage.
Lucarius is really confused right now, they're saying, which is... oh no. Yeah, apparently they're called inglets and tentacles.
Yeah, but there is an enemy called an inglet that appears in the game. They, like, swim around on walls and, like, come out and shoot, like, energy and purple goo at you. But these guys are only ever in puddle form, so they are a different entity. I don't know if the game, like, scan calls them the same thing. So for Dark Samus, you want to do either an uncharged shot followed by a super and 4 dark beam shots, or you want to do 25 Annihilator shots followed by a single uncharged shot. That does the maximum amount of damage without causing enough damage to move Dark Samus to the center of the arena to start this phase, Dark Samus 4. Azder tried to keep Dark Samus at at just above the health range, for it to not move to the center, and then start screw attacking Dark Samus 3 to try to kill it before it moves to the center. Unfortunately, azder got really unlucky, and it moved to the center of the arena immediately to start this next phase. It's, as far as we know, there isn't a way to manipulate Dark Samus 3 in order to not go to the center of the arena. If anyone can figure out a way to do it, that'd be really nice. It really sucks to speedrun this game and go all the way to the end and just lose like a minute and a half to something that is out of your control, but it does happen a lot.
Sorry, how many super missiles did you say for the first fight? Or for the first start?
Emperor Ing 1?
No, sorry, for Dark Samus 1, I believe. Or
one
Dark
uncharged
Samus 3.
shot, one uncharged shot, one super missile, 4 dark beam shots.
Ah, okay.
Or one uncharged shot,
Annihilator.
25 Annihilator.
Yeah. Cool. Alright.
Alright, and azder has finished, and Lucarius has opted to forfeit, while being on the right track, too. So, I guess, send them invites. Hello, hello.
Hello.
And hello, azder.
Hello.
What were your thoughts?
Thought it was super free seed until I got hits, and then thought that it was pretty. How do you say this word? I want to say circuitous. Circuitous, or
word, yeah.
you know what I mean. For the hints, as far as not just hints, but like having to go all the way to Vault for Spider, and then having to go all the way back to Gathering Hall for Echo, and then having to go all the way back to Hive Dynamo for Cobalts, Hive Gyro for Cobalts, to go to Spider Guardian to get Light Suit, to go back to Dungeon for the STK. I thought I followed that sequence fairly well. I thought I read it fairly well, but I thought I was dead for sure when I saw the last Agon key was on top of the GFMC ship.
Yeah, I mentioned that as you were looking for it, because Lucarius found that like pretty much at the beginning. Your two routes were pretty close at the start. azder, you didn't do when you read the space jump hint, you decided to go back to Temple Grounds to grab it before doing Jump Guardian, which I initially criticized, but then I realized you already knew about Dark Beam as well, so I was thinking you're probably just rushing Space Jump and Dark Beam and then thinking about doing Jump Guardian, and then just thinking about not doing the GFMC ship, which ended up being required.
Yeah,
Whereas...
I figured I'd like. Sorry to interrupt. I figured I'd take a risk on leaving that for later, and I saw some good opportunities to route it in later. Because what I also didn't do is I also didn't use Space Jump to like E-dash to check wind chamber checks, because I figured I was thinking early on in the seed about having front of Torvus access, and I figured that I might be able to get those checks in at the same time faster there. So I figured I'd leave them when a lot of people usually spend some time trying to check those out of logic. I figured I'd leave it for later. And then I was just gonna leave the ship there and see if it routed in well, and if it didn't, then I was taking the risk that I wouldn't get it. But I didn't know at that point whether I was gonna be able to route it in later or not. And then later on, as the seed went on, as I started doing more and more stuff, that basically the main thing I did that didn't help me at all was finishing off Dark Lord Torvus. And then doing Sanctuary sectors, Sky Temple grounds. So I was afraid that, like, I didn't want to go back to GFMC because I figured if it's there, then I just lose because most of the time you're going to route that in super early.
So I think now is probably a good time to bring it back around to Lucarius as well. So Lucarius, what were your thoughts on your seed and what was going through your head as you started getting closer and closer into Sank and looking for the light suit?
Oh my god. Well, like azder said, the beginning looked very free, especially when we got the dark suit in the beginning. But then at the end, I knew that Spider was involved, but I was failing a bunch of tricks to get there. Like, I must have spent at least like 10-15 minutes failing tricks. And then at the end, I wrote down on my notes list that the light suit was 2 rooms away from the safe station. So I was so confused looking at my map. I could not figure it out. So I was super mad at myself when I went back to the hints and saw that it was 3 rooms.
Yeah, I've been.
Oh wait, was it 3? I thought it was 2 as well.
Yeah, it was
No,
3.
It was 3.
Wait, didn't it say up to? Oh wait, no. So I misread it, and I also miscounted rooms in the exact same way. So okay.
Yeah. When that hint was read, I think it wasn't it like underground tunnel or something? When that hint was read on azder's end for the first time, I laughed really hard because I knew instantly that was either Quad or the Hive Dynamo Works, which is a pretty big 50-50.
Yeah, that's not what I should have thought. Yeah.
I did a little bit of not yelling. I don't want to say yelling. I was like, okay, when you both went through Dynamo Works, there is an opportunity to read the key bearer hint to see if it said life support or not, to determine whether or not it was the Spider Guardian versus Quad. And both of you went past that room twice, I think. And that hint was never scanned.
I hated myself right at the end.
I was really worried that when both of you did aerial training site that you were going to go to Quad. Instead of that, then the Cobalt was found at, what do you call it?
Hive Gyro.
Hive Gyro, yeah. Which is the only place it could have been other than, like, Hive Entrance or something, which would mean that it would be Quad. So, like, the Q-Bear hints could have eliminated that.
I did not actually think about Quad being on the table when I was thinking about where it could be. So that's why I didn't scan the key bearer.
You just assumed it was that instead of 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you ended up being right. So
I didn't realize Quad until I didn't realize the possibility of Quad until later. But then I got a hint for that anyways.
Chat really wanted both of you to fight Quad.
Honestly, if I hadn't misread the hint, I might have. Then again, when you find Cobalt in that room, the first thing that goes through your head is like, oh, so it's Spider Guardian then, like Hive Dynamo Works. So I guess neither of us would have done it.
Yeah, I mean, I figured Cobalt's probably hinted at for a reason. I also wasn't completely sure Cobalt was in Hive Gyro. I thought it might be on Quad, so I was gonna fight Quad after.
Oh yeah, there. That would have been fun, huh?
Yeah.
Something I want to point out too is when you entered Aegon, azder, you did Bomb Guardian and found Amber first, whereas Lucarius went to Dark Aegon first because I'm guessing you wanted to skip the pirate fight with bombs. Yeah, that's usually a good idea sometimes, and that ended up putting azder on the path to get Space Jump and Dark Beam, like rush those items, whereas Lucarius, you did some of the checks earlier. So as commentators, I knew that the Jump Guardian, like Dark Aegon route, didn't have anything that azder would have needed at the time. So I thought azder was making the correct play, and then azder ended up making the play to go get Vanilla Light Beam, which I laughed pretty hard about. And then I saw the Cannonball in Battleground. I was like, is azder gonna grab this? Because azder, you didn't open the Dark Aegon like bomb slot, so you couldn't access Portal Terminal from that side without either using the cannon or using super missiles.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have very much time to think about what I was gonna do.
So you picked up the Cannonball. I was like, oh no, you might have to lose that if you. Then I'm like, okay, maybe you decided, hey, I've already found Light Beam, Dark Beam, space jump. I have access to Torvis and all that stuff, so maybe I'm just gonna ignore the jump guardian checks, keep Cannonball, and then go to Torvis. But then you ended up finding Boost Ball anyway, and then you found Super Missiles right after that, and you found Emerald right after that, and I'm like, okay, this seed is boring. Like, you're just... you're making every correct play. Azder made, like... You basically jumped from progression item to progression item, like, immediately, by just making all the right calls. And then after that, you went to do the jump guardian stuff that Lucarius already had done, while Lucarius was doing what you had just done.
That routed super cleanly and fast, even though there wasn't anything there, with all the items that I had. So I felt good about my decision to rush space jump and then rush whatever beam it was, and I felt like that was paying off. And then at the end, when I was fumbling for that last Dark Aegon key, I was hoping that early game routing was gonna help me stay in it.
Yeah, we kind of imagined you were sweating for that last key there.
Well, it wasn't the early route. I think I pretty much routed it probably the same way, if I can, except for the
jump guardian early path. Game and the jump guardian path. It was pretty much exactly the same, except for you did a Morbus almost right after that, right? You were doing jump guardian cleanup with like Dark Beam and stuff like that. And you already had the key, so you just decided to fight a Morbus then. We didn't know at the time why, because we didn't see the. Because I don't think Azder. Did you look at the item? Because I don't remember seeing you look at it.
Mining Plaza, no, I didn't.
No, Lucarius, I'm guessing you looked at it and saw the key and then decided to fight a Morbus then. I thought you were looking for progression, but I was like, you have Emerald and Supers and Suit and all this stuff. Like, why not just go to Torvis? But then you ended up doing that after.
Nah, I looked at the Mining Plaza item the first time I climbed the Mining Plaza room.
Yeah,
I even shot at it a little bit because there was an SDK.
When Torvis was entered, like, there was Dark Visor hinted at, and then there was Seekers and Echo hinted at, and then I'm like, okay, well now the only thing is the Suit and Spider, and then those were hinted at, and it's like, okay, even Cobalt is known, so it's like...
Yeah. Hints were super kind. Yeah.
Hints controlled the routing for this. And Azder, when you... I assumed you were going to use Cobalt to read more hints after the Aegon key was the only thing you were looking for, trying to find where that Aegon key hint was. So I was just trying to explain what you were probably thinking. Let me see if I got it correct, because you came out of Worker's Path to Sang Temple.
Yeah, I came out of it backwards. Like, you never see that. That's pretty funny.
I was saying I didn't know if you did Sank Energy Controller or not at that point, so I mentioned that hint, but then I was told you did it. So I'm like, okay, you're probably going to check Sentinel's Path on the way to Watch Station, just because the item's in the room you're going to anyway. And you're going to go down, read the hints. If you don't find it, you're going to go to Lower Torvis, and just do quick checks there, and then probably save warp. And I mentioned how, in your situation, if there's anyone watching who's also in a spot like this where they're looking for an Aegon key as your last item, Aegon keys are not placed logically until you have access to Dark Aegon Temple. And because you had access to that really early on, the Aegon keys will start being placed really, really early on into the seed. So there's a higher chance that Aegon keys will be placed in locations that have been available for longer. So because like Sentinel's Path isn't available for a very long time, there isn't a very likely chance that the Aegon key would have been there versus something like the GFMC ship, which has been available the entire time. You checked it just because you were there, but at that point I might not have done the Lower Torvis checks. I might have just used the save to do like Temple Grounds and Aegon cleanup. But I think you did Temple Grounds and Sky Temple Grounds first, because you were thinking, I'm going to read the Fortress Transport hint, do Temple Grounds cleanup. If it's not an Aegon, then I'm going to go to Aegon and read Mining Station B. Because if it ends up being in Temple Grounds, I'll have already cleaned it up and I won't have to leave again, or something like that.
Was the Aegon key hint found?
No.
No,
really?
No one found it.
I'm so surprised.
Mining Station B or Sank Entrance, I think, was the only stuff that wasn't read.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess, like, yeah.
We knew where all of them were on Lucarius' end, like, pretty quickly. I think one was in Temple Grounds, one was in Aegon, and then the GFMC ship was the one that we had in the back of our minds, because it was the one you didn't have. And then, I remember before you checked your Sky Temple key hints, you went to Cache B. And you saw a red key, and you didn't scan it, and you just left. And we were like, Does azder know that is not an Aegon key?
Oh.
Did azder like read the hint?
Like,
and just
as
not
far
know
as I
that
was
one?
concerned there, I didn't need any keys, because the Morbus was dead, Chico was dead, and it was just like, well, Mining Plaza's probably nothing.
Yeah, we were wondering if you were gonna go get that after you, because you save warped right back there after knowing that Mining Plaza was acquired. So we wondered if you were gonna go get it, but you didn't. So it's like, okay, at the very end, I hope you don't go.
Oh,
and-
I did get it. It was a
Oh, you
Torvis
did?
key.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
get it.
that was the very
Never mind.
first thing I did after I reset out of hints.
I must have missed it then.
That was actually like specifically. I think I would have gone back to Aegon possibly, into Sank or something like that. If I don't know. I don't know. I might have done something different. I might have not gone back to that save. If I didn't see Mining Plaza and think of that red key. I was also thinking of the Wind Chamber one, but then I got a hint that Temple Grounds had a Torvis key, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna hope it's not that one. I actually thought I was missing one more Aegon key than I was. Then I checked my map later, and I found out I was only missing one. So it's just like, okay, I have to ignore the Wind Chamber one, because if it's that one, then I lose.
Well, we should probably look at wrapping things up pretty soonish.
Yeah.
So, do any of you have final thoughts about the seed?
I never want to play this again. Also,
Look, there's
I
one
don't know if
out.
you guys caught it, but what was that crash on my end?
Yeah, we
You
were
screw
wondering
attacked
what
in,
happened there.
Path
It's
of
just-
Eyes, right?
Yeah, I
the
got
game
the
just crashed.
loudest beep ever, and the game
I
just
didn't-
crashed.
We didn't hear the game audio out of
Oh,
it,
thank
but
God, because
that was not
that scared
an
me.
Echo. That was not an Echoes related crash. It was just a dolphin thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably. I'm kind of
Yeah.
salty because I lost Cannonball because of that.
Yeah, that
I never got it
Oh.
back.
That sucks.
'Cause I
And
was
any
You did,
final-
you did save
yeah.
at the ship recently, though, right?
Yeah, I did. So I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
lose more than like 2 minutes, but still.
Yeah,
was
that
unfortunate.
still sucks. Do you have any
I-
final thoughts, Azder?
Oh yeah, about Cannibal. I just kind of grabbed it because I figured I don't usually care about keeping it that long if I have a suit. And I figured I'd just use it to check sand processing since I don't do the trick there.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, when I was playing this, I was rooting for the really quick jet seed that I was gonna god route because I was kind of in that position. I felt, and that would make it more likely for me to win. So that's what I wanted at the time. Now after the race is over, like, it's cool that it was like super complex and interesting for the viewers. But yeah,
All right.
GG's.
GG's. Well played.
So then go ahead and be sure to follow the runners and definitely, give them a big congratulations for even playing this because this seed was kind of nasty at times. Go ahead as well, follow Aaron. We'll be back 7 p.m. EST tonight for another race, I believe, on SpeedGaming 2, if I remember correctly.
Thanks, Jojo, for tracking.
Oh yes, thank you, Jojo. Great tracking. We really appreciate it, and then being active in chat too. So yeah.
And thank you, Aaron and Kushi, for commentating for us.
Yeah, no problem.
All right then. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you all. Take care.
See you next time.
There we go.